Hi guys, in this video we are going to discuss about what is like top 10 important like AWS interview questions and answers. So if you're new here, please like, share and subscribe. So first question is what is AWS and what are its benefits of using it? So AWS is a comprehensive and widely adopted a cloud platform. It provides over 200 features like services which from there like which has a data center globally. So it provide on-demand resources such as compute, power, storage and databases to help a businesses scale quickly without large upfront investment in a physical infrastructure. So it provides benefits like scalability. So first benefit is like it allows like AWS allows us to you to like a scale resources up or down based on their demands. Like if you we had used auto scaling groups, so it provides one of the service the AWS providers. So by using that we can scale up or scale down resources. Okay, yeah, easily. So it provides like a second benefit is cost efficiency. So it follows a pay as you grow pricing model. So because of that, whenever you are using a resource for particular time period of time, so only you have to pay the that much of amount. So it follows pay as you go pricing model. So it ensures you only pay for that you have used. Okay, and it third one is flexibility. So broad range of services that caters to different needs. Like if you have MySQL database, so it provides AWS RDS service. If you have like business needs NoSQL database, they have the MongoDB, like that, so many database. So they want to store some like HTML CSS files, so by using S3 buckets. So and if there is a like security issue, so they provide like AWS providers like IAM, VPC, so many more services are there. So by using, so it is a broad range of services that centers to different needs. On the basis of different needs, like different requirement, will use different services. And the fourth point is like which is important, security. So AWS provides a highly secure environment which compliance certifications and encryption options. So encryption options means like AWS provides like KMS, like key management system as well, and identity access management, AWS IAM service is also there. So by using these both the things, we can able to secure our those data which are present inside our AWS. And it has a global reach, like AWS has a global globally data centers, like in Asia also there's too many data centers are there. So because of the too many data centers are there, will get a, it provides a low latency and high availability. So because of this, so it has most important to if there is how to scale up a business or so for that it provides this kind of benefits. And second question is what is a Amazon EC2 and what are its features? So Amazon EC2, like it is a elastic compute cloud. It is a web service that provides a resizable compute capacity in cloud, making it easier to scale up or down based on their requirement. Like if there is a requirement to how to launch a server, so EC2 means it is a elastic compute cloud. So it is a kind of virtual machine. So based on our requirement we have to select it. Like based on our requirement we have to select the based proper AMI and we have to select the proper instance type like T2 micro, T2 medium or T2 large, like that. So it has features. So quickly scale up or down to handle changes in demand. If there is a requirement, we have to launch a server, and a server so there is demand, like a large demand is there. So that time we'll select the T2 large. So like that, it provides elasticity. We can on basis of the requirement, so we'll scale up down. Variety of instant times, like same different instant types optimized for compute memory storage and GPU. If the requirement is so less, we can select the basic T2 micro. If the requirement is high, we can go for T2 large or many more. So on the basis of our requirement, like compute memory requirement, storage requirement, we'll select the instance. It provides many of the instance types. Security. Use of VPC for network isolation, key pairs for SSH, and security groups for access control. So by using a VPC, which is a virtual private cloud, so we can do the network isolation. Means we can manage the inbound and outbound stuff. We can manage the traffic, inbound and outbound traffic. By using SSH, we can able to connect like secure network, and security group also. By using that, we can able to manage the outbound traffic. And third one is auto scaling. So auto scaling instances based on the predefined condition. Auto scaling means if there is in auto scaling group, we had mentioned minimum 2 instance and maximum 5 instance. If there is a server and the traffic is increased because of some reason on that server, like on that application, so it scale up or down on basis of requirement. So like that. So auto scaling groups works on basis of that condition. So we have to predefine the condition. And EBS is elastic block store. So it persistent storage that can be attached to the EC2 instance. Okay. And third question is what is a ES3 and how it is differ from EBS. So ES3 is a simple storage service, and if talking about the EBS, it is an elastic block storage. Okay, so S3 simple storage service means is like an object storage service that provides a scalability, data availability, and security and performance. So it is a storage type service, so we can able to store if there is a servers have some if we had created some website, so the website have some like data like HTML CSS files, will store this data in a S3 bucket. So it is a object storage, we can say. The files related to our application will store inside that. And while EBS is a block storage. Okay. And like S3, second one is like access. S3 is accessed via REST API, whereas EBS volumes are attached to the EC2 instances and access like a local disk. Okay. This one is a second difference. And if talking about like data structure, so S3 stores data as object in a bucket, and EBS stores data in volumes. If we have to store the data as object, so we'll go for S3 buckets, and if we have to store in a form of volumes, so then we'll go for EBS, elastic block storage. If talking about like use cases, so S3 is used for storing of files, backups, and archives. Archives files there will be, while EBS is used for running a database, file system, or any applications requiring file system. So like that, for this kind of approach, will go for EBS. Okay, this is a third question. And if talking about like fourth question, what is an AWS VPC and what are its components? So as we had discussed before, so what is a VPC? VPC is virtual private cloud, is a service that allows you to create a logical isolated section of the AWS cloud where you can launch AWS services in virtual network that you define. Virtual network means we have to define the proper subnets, and inside that we have to mention the proper subnets in it. So for that purpose, VPC have some components. We'll see like what are the components. Means if you understood the components, then you are able to easily relatable. Okay, relate to this concept. So first component is subnet. Subnet is what? It is a partition of the VPC IP address range into a smaller segment. Means we are partitioning, like if there is a IP address, we are partitioning that IP into a some smaller segment like a subnet level. So okay, so in a route table we'll mention all the things, all the subnets IPs. Okay, control the traffic routing within a VPC. Means inside a VPC we'll mention the subnets, and in a subnets, like by using with the help of route table, we can route the traffic within a VPC. Okay. And in a, in a VPC we have some public subnets and private subnets. Okay. If there is a VPC which contains two types of subnets, first one is public subnet and second one is private subnet. Okay. So in a route table we'll mention all the all the IPs, all the subnets. Okay. And internet gateway, it enables communication between the VPC and the internet. Okay. So as I mentioned, like if the route table contains all the we had mentioned all the subnets in it, so we have to make a connection in internet through VPC to VPC, so we need internet gateway. So it enables the communication between VPC and internet. For this we want internet gateway. And the fourth component, which is most important, NAT gateway. So as I said, VPC have two types of subnets. First one is public and second one is private. So whenever we are using internet gateway, it allows only the public subnets. And the second parameter is NAT gateway. It allows instances in a private subnet to access internet while preventing a inbound traffic. So for to access the private subnet, we need NAT gateway. So it allows the traffic. Okay, those which are in a private subnets. And fifth parameter is security groups. It acts as a virtual firewall for instances to control inbound and outbound traffic. So if we have to manage the inbound and outbound traffic, so for that purpose in a VPC we have security groups. It manages the it controls the inbound and outbound traffic. Okay. And it means it is a kind of it is a kind of virtual firewall for instance level. Okay. If talking about instance level, we have security groups, which is a virtual firewall for instance level. If we have to go in a depth and we have to do like additional security, for that purpose we have a NACL, like network access control layer, like an additional layer of security for subnet within a your VPC. If we have to secure the subnets, we'll go for NACL, will manage their inbound and outbound traffic. And we have to we have to secure the instance level, so we'll go for security groups. Okay. And fifth question is, what is IAM in AWS and why it's important? So IAM, like it is a identity access management. So it is a service that helps you securely control access to the AWS services and resources. It enables you to create and manage users, groups, roles, and assign a permission. So it manages users, groups, roles, and assign a permission. It is a kind of like identity and access management. For authorization and authentication purpose, we'll use these services. So because of that, if there is a in AWS we have too many stuffs are there, so to access which so for that purpose we'll authenticate some roles, IAM roles, like IAM users, IAM groups, like there is a development group is there. So development peoples have some proper permissions, like that, assign some roles in it. So like that, this way we can able to secure all the stuffs. So for why it is important, because first one is security. It ensures that only authorization users have access to the AWS resources. Okay. So means only the authorization user can able to access these resources. Okay. And a second point is granular control, allows fine grained access control by defining a specified permission. If there is only the specific permissions access for particular resources, like ECS is there, elastic container registry is there, so only the DevOps guy will able to open the images which are present inside that container, or they can able to see all the things and they can able to do some CRUD operation on it. So like that. So and third one is least privilege principle. It enforces the practice of granting only the necessary permission to users and roles. If we are granting a necessary permission, only those users, those are able to know all the stuffs to do to do some CRUD operation on it. Only those have uh, the grant the access on it. So it it's because of this we can able to it provides the highly secureable. Okay. And multi-factor authentication, which is a MFA, it is an extra layer for security. Okay. So this video we had covered five important, like top five important interview questions, as if talking about AWS. In the next video we'll see another five, like those are important. So I'm yeah, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.